And looks like we are live. And I'm here with my buddy, my good friend, guys from Bolivia. That is really awesome. I mean, and his name is Bryant. I heard .com. Bryant, why
Sure.
.com?
Well, that's just a sort of nickname. It's a play on words since my last name is Dott. It just kind of sounds right. .com, Brian.com.
And do you have a website, Bryant.com, or just the name?
I don't. Maybe I should. It would be like Brian.com, .com,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's probably available.
I asked you because I actually went and I typed in Brian and then I dot com and I couldn't find anything, but maybe it was something else. So I asked you. So, buddy, so
Yeah.
this life, it's all about having a chat with us, and because we met back in the day, and I really was interested in your way of like I saw your meditation picture on your background on Facebook, and I got intrigued by that
Sure.
because I do meditation myself every day. And tell me about
Every
that.
day. Oh, I didn't know that.
Awesome. How did it happen to you? I mean, how did you get to this point of meditating? When did it came up for you?
Oof. When I was a teenager. I
When
mean,
you
like I've never been a consistent practitioner like for years over years. I've probably been consistent for nearly a year. But like I'm not a hardcore trained monk that could do, just like I don't know, 10 hours a day for 6 months or something like that. I mean, I'm not that hardcore, but yeah, I have. I did have some periods where I took it seriously and very disciplined.
Mhm. And nowadays you don't you don't do it every day, or you did at some point, but now you don't do it. Just
At the moment, it's kind of intermittent. Yeah, I'm not being disciplined on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I vary, but I learned when I was a teenager.
Wow. The when a teenager, so a teenager, how old were you, and how did it came up?
Like 16. Yeah, it's not common.
Mhm.
I think that's what is usually referred to as a star seed. Someone that just that they obviously have sort of natural spiritual inclinations since since they're born.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Uh, that what you just told me right there is star seed. Somebody just mentioned this to me lately. They said you are a star seed. Tell me, so
Very
you think
likely.
that it means that what you just said?
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I would guess you definitely are.
Interesting. Very interesting, man. And we've been connected, and I've been learning a few things from you, man. And that's very interesting. Like the coca, um, the coca leaves you talked about.
Yeah, it's a plant. It's a bush.
It's a plant, a natural plant that which has lots of nutrients that like a lot of calcium and very interesting, buddy. I couldn't find it here in my local store, but
No,
I will
no.
definitely look for that.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's a native plant to the Andean region.
Hmm.
I don't know if it actually grows anywhere else, but the whole Andean region, that's like five different countries.
Is that the near Bolivia?
Yeah, well, the Andes mountain range, that what is the it's the second, it's the longest mountain range in the world, and the second tallest, and it covers all the coast of South America. Very impressive mountains. and there's about 5 countries that are are in the Andean region. So in South America, you've got like half of it is full of mountains of the Andes, and the other half is the Amazon rainforest. So there's really cool contrast from the, the real tropics of the rainforest to the crazy altitudes of the Andes mountain range. So all the west side of South America is, you could refer to that as the Andean region, and the west is the Amazonian part.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, they're totally extreme, completely contrast.
Hmm. And Bolivia is it's is it near the Amazon, right? Is near.
Of course, it's yeah, it's right in the middle of South America, so it has both. It's part of the Andean region, so
Hmm.
it's definitely in the mountains, half of it, and the other half is part of the Amazon basin. So we have a lot of jungle, rainforest, and then we have insane altitudes. Like the capital city is 4,800 um, meters above sea level.
Interesting, interesting, buddy. That's interesting. By the way, for those that don't know, Brian is an English teacher, right? You teach English. And interesting that I'm from Portugal. I'm from the Azores, but I'm from Portugal, and I've been in Porto, which is a city of Portugal, a beautiful city. And you told me how did you ended up in Porto? So you were there, and you're from Bolivia, like far, so far away.
Yeah, yeah. I just found out like what we you mentioned 2 weeks ago that you're from Porto or Porto. And I couldn't believe that I didn't know that about you before because it's a special place for me.
Why is
Yeah, I
that?
mean I've traveled quite a bit. Um,
Oh, really?
uh,
Where?
yeah, about
Yeah,
19 countries.
19.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
that is
roughly.
amazing. So you love traveling, huh?
Definitely, yeah.
That's one of my
This
passions
is
as well.
wow.
Yeah, I really
And
love traveling. I traveled to Asia, so I was around there, Thailand. I lived there for 6 months, and
awesome.
I have really a passion for doing it. Just because of COVID-19, now I kind of stopped a little bit. But tell me more. So where you been? And so you've been in
Um,
Porto, in
yeah,
Portugal.
yeah. In that case, it was like I've had lots of crazy travels, but in that case, I was doing it's a famous pilgrimage from many centuries ago that it was very popular centuries ago, and it was a very religious thing. Where the pilgrims would start at a certain point at the very bottom of France, and they walk to the end of the tip of Spain, where the remains of one of the apostles of Jesus is buried. Um, but that was centuries ago, and now it's more tourism. It's just it's another tourist attraction, and thousands of people do it every year. It's just the sort of challenge that people love to do, and they invent more and more ways to do it. People do it on bicycle, on rollerblades, whatnot, wheelchairs. Um, and so I read the book by Paulo. You will know Paulo Coelho, surely,
Mhm. Yeah.
because he first wrote his books in Portuguese. Although he's not from Portugal, he's from Brazil. And one of his books was all about that pilgrimage. And I read it when I was 17, probably. And when I read it, I just said, I will do this one day. You know, I have to do this pilgrimage, and so it was. But it wasn't enough for me to just do the standard normal thing. So I made it like 5 times longer, and the usual 3 weeks I turned it into 7 months. So I started way in France. I had to climb the Pyrenees, and in total it was about 3,000 kilometers, all walking. You know, I mean, I never stepped on a vehicle. I left with no money, um, and it was just a really amazing experience. And my final stop was in your hometown.
Mhm. So you say, but you say you went with, you were at a point where you had no money. Be-
Yeah, yeah, I went with no money at all.
Wow,
That's kind of the
that's
idea, you know. Uh, it's a kind of, uh, to prove yourself something, you know, when you um,
and you go without money at all. You just land there, and you need to figure things out by your own. And
yeah, exactly, yeah. I
but do
think
you have like a phone and things that, like,
no, 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 nothing like it. Yeah, I mean, it was really hardcore. I went all in. I don't know. Maybe it's a kind of. I think it's a very guy thing, a sort of guy instinct um, that nowadays, you know, that we're spend most of the time in front of computers and stuff. And it wasn't long ago that we were hunting in the mountains and stuff.
Mhm.
So we get these kind of urges to just prove ourselves physically, you know. And that's what I felt. And it was very fulfilling. It was spiritual. It was fun. It was tough. It was everything. A little bit of everything.
Such a, I can relate a little bit to that. Although I had a little bit, I had money, not a lot of money, a little bit of money when I was traveling, but I can relate to what you're saying. But with no money, that is a challenge. Um,
Well, I made money on the way as well.
oh, you made money on the way, so
That was part of. I mean, it was all about just sort of improvising. Just
yeah, exactly. So
like I
I'm
can
saying
take
this because
whatever comes at me. You know, that's
yeah, yeah.
that's what I wanted to prove to myself.
Awesome. That's awesome. I kind of can relate a little bit because when I was in Thailand and I was flying back to my country, I was supposed to stay there 1 month only, like just traveling there. And then I lost the airplane and I almost had no money at all. So I decided to stay there and just find a job. And it's kind of the same kind of
Awesome. Yeah,
process.
yeah.
I had to figure things out, and I did it. I
You did, yeah. A lot of people would freak out in that situation. You know, they would.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely. I remember I was crying at the airport. I mean, with little to no money, and then just there by myself in Thailand, so far
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
That
told
must
myself
have
I'm
been a
gonna do this. I'm
very
gonna.
rich experience for you. Like,
That is awesome. That is. Thanks for sharing that, buddy. That is really empowering. So that
sure.
experience that you had. So you've been in Portugal. You've been in Europe, many places. What else? Maybe mostly in Europe, right?
Yeah, Portugal. I crossed most of Portugal walking, and Spain and France. Like half of France, half of Portugal, and all of Spain, and just walking. That
Dang,
was
I
cool.
freaking love that. That's
It
cool,
was
man.
crazy, but yeah, I think there's a certain type of healthy craziness, and I really believe in that. It's hard to explain accurately, but I'll try in some videos.
Okay. That makes,
Then,
yeah.
sorry, I was going to name the other countries. I've been to Italy, Germany, England, Scotland. Did I say Germany? Then I've been to the United States. I've been to Canada, Malaysia, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador.
Malaysia, yeah,
No,
awesome. Yeah, I was in
yeah.
Malaysia too. Was the food there? Did you like it?
Well, I couldn't tell you because I hardly I hardly stepped foot in any city. I lived in the jungle for 3 months.
In the jungle. So what do you mean, like in the jungle, like on these
um,
places that
I
you went?
went as a volunteer. It was part of it was a whole project for um, uh, for recovering the rainforest. And so we went way into the depths of the rainforest, into some areas where some loggers had managed to get through and cause a lot of damage. And so we went in to go and fix that whole area up, to plant new trees and get the right species of trees and fauna to to sort of patch this hole that was made in the virgin rainforest. It
Mm.
was pretty. It was a crime, and I just love nature. I love everything about nature, especially jungle, the tropical environment. So it was something that really attracted me, and I was on it. Right. I mean, I was up for it right away. And they warned us it would be a very tough, a very tough experience physically.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, no comforts, nothing like that. But I had experience living in the jungle, so I was like, I'll be all right. Don't worry.
Really cool, man. In the jungle, but and the so while you were at the jungle, did you sleep in there or like
Yeah,
camp?
yeah, sure.
Mm.
Yeah. I had my sort of hammock. It's just like a stretcher sort of thing, that you tie to the trees, and then you have a net over you, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how you sleep in the jungle. Yeah.
Oh.
Of course, I wasn't alone. I was working with a team of the local tribe there,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and it was really interesting to work with them because we were like just from totally different planets. They were a tribe living in the rainforest, and me coming from Europe, it was like very interesting cultural experience.
That's amazing. I really think that the this type of experience is what makes us and kind of changes into becoming better and ourselves. These hard experiences we have in life, but which at some point, at sometimes it's hard. At some stages, right? Because it's not
Yeah,
all. You had a beautiful experience doing this, I can see, but you had some rough days too, right?
obviously it was very challenging. I mean when I say like I can handle it, that does not mean I'm not gonna have a hard time. No,
Yeah.
there were days that I wanted to give up. I just wanted to.
Hmm.
Days when I would take off my shoe and and I would find like five leeches that had drained all my blood and just filled up my boot with blood, or finding scorpions in my hammock, or realizing in the middle of the night that I had set my camp over a nest of ants, stuff like that. That just really makes you think. I want to get
Oh,
out of here. Call out
you had such
helicopter
an experience, yeah. And in the tropical, you said, but where in the tropical? Um, so the tropical,
in
okay, I
Sabah,
see. Huh?
in the island of Sabah.
Mm. Sabah.
Yeah, it's part of the island is Indonesia.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so I see.
Extremely tropical.
Oh, it's tropical, so at least you're not cold and it's so hot, right?
No, no, no. Yeah, I
It's
would hate
always
that.
hot all the time. Yeah, definitely. In
Yeah,
Asia, it's crazy hot. Even in this like summertime here, there it's crazy hot.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can imagine. I
yeah,
can, I have a lot of tolerance for heat, but for the cold, I'm a wuss. I can't take it. The cold.
yeah. I don't like I like heat better than cold too as well. especially there in Asia, that type of. But sometimes it's really really hot. I mean, you sometimes you just cannot be in in the sun for so long, right?
Well,
You have to be in the
yeah,
shade.
the only time I felt that was in the dry heat. Was in Arizona, Arizona, Las Vegas, and that area. I
Okay.
had never felt that sort of heat. Yeah, I really felt like I have to move or I'm gonna die. I felt like I was on a frying pan, literally. But like the moisture when when it's a humid environment, I can deal with that. I think it's just what you're used to, what you grew up with.
Hmm. Awesome. So that's really cool to know that you had these experience, and that's really cool, man. I like that. Now, moving on to a little bit here on the, on marketing. How did you come up with marketing? When did you came up to marketing? And yeah, if you could talk to me about that, how did you came across affiliate marketing in this space?
Well, currently, I'm 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 not actually focused. I'm not doing affiliate marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a go at it before, like 2 years ago, maybe three. But ultimately, I realized I didn't really like it. It didn't resonate with me. Um, like I could do a lot of things except try to persuade something. I just uh, I find it very hard to purposely try to persuade anybody. It
Yeah, you
just
actually told me
feels
that.
so awkward to me.
Okay,
And
definitely.
like I could talk about something that I really like, a product or something,
Yeah,
but
but so what you're saying, I find it interesting. You told me this, and that it's not something you feel comfortable going after people. And to be honest, I myself, it's something I don't like as well. I never liked it from the start. Um, but there's other ways to do this, right? Have you managed to find other ways? Because I know you also want to start a YouTube channel, and that way you're not just going after people; they are coming to see your video.
yeah,
Different.
it's not really about money anymore. Like I feel that the less I focus on money, like if I'm completely disinterested in making money with what I do, I really believe I'm far more likely to make money. You know, um, I know I can just feel that when you that is your intention, even if it's very subtle, even if it's kind of subconscious, even though there might be a part of you that's very genuine and wants to help people and everything, and but at least personally, just for me, if I feel that I'm doing it with a focus of earning money, I don't I can't feel genuine. I just feel totally fake.
Yeah, because
Um,
you don't like you don't like doing that, right? Or
I
you don't.
yeah, I'm not interested in it. I like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it. Get it. For instance, in my case, I've we all are different. We have different experiences, right? I've been always a web developer. I always like computers and building pages and things like that. Um, and I really what is like what is your why in life? Do you have a what is your why? What is it that's something that your why of life? Do
In
you
life in general.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd have to say freedom. I think that would
Freedom.
be the closest word.
Freedom. Well, I love that. But with freedom, although I know what you're saying, that about focusing on money. If you just focus on money and just the goal is just money, but money will get you freedom as well, some sort of freedom, a lot of sorts of freedom, right?
Definitely. Sure,
And
sure.
I don't believe that putting money aside is the right thing to do. Like, okay, money doesn't matter. I mean, we actually, I believe that we need to look at it.
No,
Look at
I never said anything like money doesn't matter.
okay, so and
Uh,
yeah, but you
I
said
mean, like I genuinely believe that that is the best approach for me personally to make money, which is very important.
yeah. So you were saying
Definitely,
that
money
your approach is
is a step of freedom,
uh,
essential.
yeah, but so you were saying that from what I understand is that the less you focus on the money, the more you attractive it,
Exactly.
right?
I mean,
But
and
how are you?
that's I'm not suggesting that to anyone. It's a very personal thing
Yeah,
because
no, I do believe that as well. That I do believe I totally get where you're coming from, because it's not about the money. It's like you do something that you like and you feel and that it resonates with you, and then you attract the money. I like
yeah,
that.
but even more so, many of us have like, I mean, we all have traumas, we all have triggers and areas of life that sort of trigger us, and they will and it will activate a sort of self sabotage, um, sort of instinct, or you know, um, and so um, for some of us, like in my case, I had a lot of trouble in my marriage due to finances, and
Mm,
so it's a very triggering area for me,
okay.
and that's why it's a very personal thing, and I'm not like recommending it to anybody,
I
but I
get what
would
you're
suggest for
saying.
each person to sort of figure out what it is for them, because
Hmm.
very often we have this area, some area of life or ourselves that bothers us, and we're convinced that by focusing on it, and just really getting pissed off about it, getting really angry and more frustrated about it, and concentrating on it, and like just working on that area, we think that we're fixing it,
Hmm.
but it never works because it just aggravates us more. It's like a wound that you're you're taking the scab off too soon. You have to leave it alone until it no longer triggers you. Um, and a lot of people have a lot of issues with money, a lot more than people realize.
Yeah. Well, when you say that it triggers you, so you have uh, this so at some point you had problems that it triggers you, but when you think about these things that you're talking about, these I mean emotions and these traumas that you had, I mean these things that you're talking about, you feel you have this feeling. What is this feeling?
Yeah, yeah. Thoughts bring up feelings. Hard to describe the feeling, but anxiety is definitely there.
Okay. Yeah, it's normal. I mean, it's part of it happens. I mean, life it's like this. Um but
Yeah,
sometimes when you try to run away from things, it's not a I mean, I understand, but
yeah. No, no, you're absolutely right. Sometimes I mean, like sometimes that is what you should do, and
yeah, I
sometimes
mean, running away from things, and it doesn't matter what it is. It's always not a good thing, because you're always putting into the future. It doesn't feel good right now. Maybe because you don't want to address it right now.
I would
Maybe
argue that.
you know. and maybe because it feels really painful and stressful, you don't really want to do it. Like for instance, when I was on a deep depression, I remember for 1 year depressed in bed, I didn't want to see anybody, I didn't want to talk. I was like this feeling, I don't care, I'm just I just want to be here alone, I'm dead. So
Yeah.
I can
So,
definitely see where you're coming from. But
yeah,
time, like you were saying, time is important. Time will, some things need time.
yeah, like only you know, only each person knows, and
Exactly. Yeah.
it's
Indeed.
it's a very overrated idea that you can take other people's advice, because like I mean, like this is a perfect example. What you're saying, I'm sure, is totally accurate, and you did the best thing if you just sort of push yourself out of it and just faced your demons, and and what you did to in order to get at you, that you took a lot of action, and you confronted um, what
Mhm.
was your demons or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
yes,
sure that was the
but
right
not
thing to do.
when I was depressed. I didn't confront them. I failed. I couldn't do anything.
Right, but you
Yeah, so
tried.
I get what you're saying. I get, but totally. Um, but okay, now okay, I got that. I totally get it. If you want to talk more about that, let's keep going. Do you want to keep going? Talk about this feeling that
Well,
you.
let's just hope that point was clear. Like
Okay.
and then in my case, it's just different. I don't believe at all there's a right and wrong way to go about.
Mhm.
I think what you did was absolutely the right way, and I know what feels better for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, each person has
Feel that it's to my detriment if
indeed.
I activate, if I focus on that area. I
Mhm.
know it's going to get momentum, and
Yeah, totally
uh,
get it.
like I have to let it dissolve first,
Hmm.
because you can't just fight fire with fire. There's a fire that you just let it burn, and
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
yeah,
Absolutely, I love that. Yeah.
that's what it feels like. If I try to sort of combat it and take massive action and grind, and yeah, I'm gonna beat this.
I mean, there's a stage for everything. I mean, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
totally.
yeah, exactly. And only one can identify that.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Um, so you were saying, your goal, like your why, is to have freedom. If you could, talk a little bit more about that, and literally just because people say freedom. What is that to you? What is that to you exactly?
Well, yeah, it's such a huge word. Yeah.
Okay.
But I certainly don't mean only money. Um, but I also certainly mean money. I am including money. Like
Okay.
money is the first step of freedom. Yeah, I mean, like if you have a job, if you cannot break free from a 9 to 5 job working for someone else, you have no freedom at all. What I mean?
I believe that as well.
So that's like the basic step, the first step. But I mean, ultimately, after that, we're also completely prisoners of our early conditioning, of our stupid beliefs that we have programmed in our head, and we're not free from habits. We're not free from needing things. There's ever higher levels of freedom, and
Yeah,
that's why I'm
exactly. And
saying.
I love that you're saying, but also, like, you touched the point of money, and that's okay. I get it, because if you want to do other things, but also I know that there's a lot of people that have they already achieved their freedom, and money is not a thing for them because they became minimalists.
Exactly.
They just money is not a thing. They it's not part of their freedom. It doesn't matter for them. They have themselves. That's all they need. Then they're
Yeah,
free.
way past it. But I mean, I've talked to a lot of people like that actually, and like it's not that they're trying to make a point or anything. Like they just don't mind. If you would give them a beautiful mansion, they'll say like, yeah, sure, I live there. It's fine with me, you know. But yeah, and also if you offer them a little shack, they'll say, sure, it's fine. But
Mhm.
it's not that they have anything against luxury and money and stuff, and they won't criticize anyone that is after that either.
Mhm.
Like there's no correlation. It,
Mhm.
it it doesn't mean that like if you're not after luxury, you're not very interested in money, then you're spiritual. That's very common BS, you know. Uh,
Mhm.
and it's totally um, there's nothing wrong or weird in being very spiritual and having a very comfortable lifestyle.
Nothing wrong. I love that.
That
Mhm.
resonates more with me. You know, I mean, I
With
don't
me
want to
as
get
well. I'm
focused
a
on the
very spiritual guy too, man. That's why I invited you to come here because you have this spiritual side that I really connect with, and I can see because I remember when we chatting and everything that you and you were telling me that a few moments ago about that you don't like to go after people, and I felt exactly the same thing, uh, and I believe that most or everybody at the beginning feels the same. It's just that depends on their goal, what they want as well. Because some people want to achieve something, and even if they don't like what they're doing, they're gonna do it no matter what to achieve that what they want. So, but I totally get it, and kind of when you say you want freedom, I kind of see where it came from. Because okay, yeah, you have the freedom to choose not to do this. Then you can look for different ways to do it that resonate more with your. I love that. That's awesome, man. I definitely get it now. Where you're coming from.
cool, cool.
That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
um,
that is one of the kind of the messages that I want to make clear. You know that there's no formula. You know, and
Exactly,
I
and that's a good way to put it. And the people that are listening can now relate and also see that. And with marketing online, because that's what I do, affiliate marketing. Uh, if you don't feel comfortable, promoting and talking to people one on one, there's other ways to do it. There's other
Yeah,
ways to go about.
exactly. The
For
problem
instance,
is so
if
many people are listening to other people. and
Mhm.
and so they try to do they go against they're swimming up the river because the guru told them do this, and if
Oh, I
you
love
really
that.
want it you should grind and you should work hard at it. Whereas if they just listen to themselves, they manage to listen to themselves, I'm
Mhm.
sure they would find and I mean not only a better way for them but one that will actually give them better results.
Definitely.
There's always another way, and
Exactly.
nobody should be listening to anyone else. you know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
as
I totally
to
get.
as to what to do with your life, really, nobody should be. I mean, that shouldn't be guided or influenced strongly by anybody.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a strong believer that all the answers and everything that you need, it's inside of you. You don't need to be looking outside.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Other
definitely
people can
get
sort of
that.
help you to hear that, you know. But but anyone that is trying to uh, give you a formula and telling you this is how to solve your problems, this is how you'll be happy, and this is how you'll be a millionaire, this exact formula is what's going to work for you. They're insane. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I totally get what you're saying, and I agree to certain point. But you also have to we also have to look at, okay, somebody's teaching something online, you learn from them if you want. So if you want to learn, for example, a skill, okay, let's say you want to learn, for just an example, lead generation, how to get leads into your business. That's a skill you want to learn, right? Of course, you're not gonna just gonna, oh, okay, meditate all day and then the answer is gonna come,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, well, that was the key word when you said, say that you want to learn a skill. If you
Yeah,
want to do it, absolutely.
yeah, yeah. So I
That's the
just
key
want to put
point.
that out too, because there's also this part as well. Because
But if
there's
you
all
don't
to
want to do it, but someone just tells you you should, that's where that's
yeah,
the.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that
But if you think if it resonates with you, you're like, yeah, it sounds good, and yeah, and I feel attracted where I feel like it resonates with me.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
by all means.
that's one thing I want to improve myself, because I know that just because my English is not perfect and I'm still learning. And one thing that I do a lot in my videos that I want to stop doing, and I just want to put this out right now because I think it's the right time to say this, and I actually want my audience to know this, is that in my YouTube videos, I normally say people, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I find that that's not the right way to do it, because you don't want to be telling people what to do. Nobody likes to be told what to do. So I need to find, I'm working on ways to tell people um, what's been helping me along my journey. What's been helping me along my journey? Hey, this is what's been helping me along my journey. I've done this, this, and this is working for me. So I'm trying to do it this way, and I'm trying to work hard to do it this way, because I totally get it that people don't like to be told what to do. It's not good.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be interesting though. I would bet you that you are largely overestimating the people that you annoy with that kind of language. I think you're overestimating it a lot
Okay.
because I mean, I think your energy. Um, I mean, words can be interpreted in many different ways, but it's the energy that you carry with you, and anybody who's been following you for any amount of time can. It doesn't matter if you say do this. I mean, they know you, they know your energy. Then they know what you mean.
Okay,
Like,
thank you for sharing that because
yeah, definitely. I
I
mean,
can not.
energy.
I believe you can see, you're from the outsider. You can see differently, and thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, 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 sure, absolutely. I mean, because like energy gives more. It can totally change the meaning of words and how they are taken. You know,
I freaking
Yeah,
love that.
and I think your audience knows you enough to know what you really mean
Okay,
when
got
you
it, got
say
it,
do this.
got it, got it.
They're not
Yeah,
this
because
stuff.
on my videos, especially my step by step videos, where I teach, for example, people how to build a funnel, I tell them click here, click here, click here, click here, click here. It's all telling them what to do. But
I don't think it bothers them. I really don't. But there are annoying, obnoxious people that just they have an energy that's probably about, I don't know, maybe they're trying to compensate for something. Maybe they felt that nobody used to listen to them before, so now they're really trying to just boss people around and sort of be obnoxious and just feel powerful and over other people, and
Mm.
they could use exactly the same language and it would piss people off. It's the energy where it's where you're coming from, and
Yeah,
people
well,
can.
I love that. Yo, your energy is what matters. Sometimes, yeah, exactly. That makes so much sense. Yeah,
and,
indeed.
and much more so with the fact that English is not your first language, definitely.
Hmm.
Although it's not very obvious, I mean, there's probably, I mean, like I'm sure there are a lot of people that take that they might take a long while to realize that English is not your first language. I mean, I would realize just because I studied languages, linguistics. But other people, I'm telling, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's not obvious. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So right now you are what you do is you write things, right? You're a writer. Do you teach English very well? I know you write very well. That's what you do, right? And you do gigs as well for other people, right? Sometimes you.
Yeah, so I'm in a transition phase, trying to leave some things and um, making it, trying to make the transitions as smooth as possible, but it probably won't be.
Okay.
um, so I've been teaching English. I've been teaching English and Spanish, doing translations. Um, I've helped with writing blogs. Um, a lot of things to do with languages, most on languages, and but I feel it's strongly that it's time for a significant change
Hmm. What is
in
it?
my activities.
What is it that you like? Something that you looking to do?
Um, you mean now, like next?
Yeah, yeah. What,
Um,
are you referring to? What
YouTube
was
channel.
you say you want to move on to something? Try to grow for something else, or do that aside. What is it that you wanting to do?
Well, it all starts with the YouTube channel. Yeah, I
All
mean,
right. Oh man, that's amazing. So you're gonna start. You want to start a YouTube channel? That's amazing, man. You
yeah.
told me that.
Uh, I mean, it's like the start of a much larger vision, of other things, of a lot of other things that I would like to do and branch out into,
Mhm.
in due time, of course, But yeah, I mean, so it's not just to make a channel. That's not my only objective.
Yeah, but I mean, a YouTube channel, if it's a really great source of, I mean, just to inspire people and also to grow a YouTube channel with what you like to do, of course. It's always
Yeah.
better. And
And it can lead to anywhere. I mean, there's no
that's
limits to
what it
where
can
you
lead.
can take it if
Exactly.
you.
Just to give an example of myself, I started doing videos in Portuguese about literally did videos on meditation, self development, because that's what I was doing, teaching people this kind of thing, self development stuff, and then I bumped upon affiliate marketing when I was in Thailand, and I told myself, I love this. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm going to be profitable with this. I'm gonna make this work or die trying, and that's exactly what I did. And then eventually stepped upon this guy, and things changed. And now I do videos on that area, on affiliate marketing, something I really like. I'm passionate about.
Yeah, I mean, because nobody told you to do that. you
Yeah,
you totally
I
you
got
just
inspired, but by this guy. I remember the name of the guy is John Cristani. I remember I was in my room that I rented while I was working in Thailand, right? And I was sick and tired of working that was 8 to 6 job, and I was literally sick because I mean I was working, I was going home, I was cooking. I'm vegan, so I was supposed to cook my food, and then and buy out. Mostly we buy outside because it's very cheap in Thailand, right? And then I came home, and then I was like, man, I need something to make money online. And then I stepped up on him. So I really it's something that came from me. But then I saw him, this guy that was doing affiliate marketing. He was also talking about the freedom that he had. He was traveling the world. He was having fun. He was doing this and that. And I told myself, okay, that's
yeah,
exactly.
you looked for him. He didn't look for you.
Yeah, exactly. Love that. Yeah, I looked for him. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And
That's
so
great.
that changed everything. So, man, YouTube channel, and if I knew back in the when I started with affiliate marketing, I wish I'd start taking YouTube serious from start. Um, because literally now I do get signups from YouTube just out of the blue, just because people go to my video and they click on the link and they just buy. And
Awesome.
so I'm sure that as I keep growing, of course, I'm going to grow my income. Is and the ideology that I use on YouTube is just provide value to people, just give them value, and that's because the more you give, the more you get. And it can be on any area. For instance, I do affiliate marketing and I teach make money online. But for other people, it can be teaching people how to, how to whatever, how to meditate, for example, how to cook,
Exactly.
how to. It doesn't matter, whatever the person feels. So, what
Yeah.
is that? What is that something that you want that it's calling you? Do you know that yet?
It's a good question. Yeah, like when I, yeah, like that's what I had to do in order to decide to that I want to do a YouTube channel. Um, when I was like looking into it and thinking about doing it, I just came across so much information. Basically, thousands and or hundreds of people telling you how to do it.
Yeah,
And it just I couldn't find the resonance. You know, you know. I mean, like all of them telling you you have to find the most specific niche. You have to niche down. It has to be a high CPM, and you have to do this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And I was looking into all that and getting knowledge, educated on all the shoulds. But I realized I don't want to do this anymore. This sucks. This sounds horrible. With all this, with this massive manual of rules and restrictions, and all these things to um, just feels like a cage. Uh, at least for me. Um,
got it.
and that's when I realized that my niche is not having a niche. And
Yeah, not
I
having.
don't care if it sounds crazy or whatever, but that
Okay, but
feels
let me tell you something. I like that. I totally understand you, but in life, no matter what, even if you choose whatever niche or no niche at all, you always gonna have to put in the work and work hard and do things that you don't like doing it, especially nowadays. I mean, show me something that, like for instance, I follow this guy. I don't know if you know him, Ralph Smart. You know
but
him?
like, did it sound like I was suggesting the contrary?
Country?
Did it sound like I was suggesting the contrary? Like, I
No,
didn't
no,
say.
no. I'm just
Um,
I'm just giving an example. I just want to give you an example so you can see how this guy is doing what he loves, but at the same time, he has to do things that he doesn't like. But I want to, for instance, this guy, his name is Ralph Smart. He does videos
yeah,
on.
yeah, I know. Well,
Okay, you know him. You know
Infinite
him?
Waters,
Yeah, Infinite Waters. So
dive deep.
yeah, diving deep. Okay, so this guy, he's a psychology. He likes to help people, but he doesn't like to edit videos. He doesn't like to upload them. He doesn't like that part. But
Wait,
what
wait,
he did
okay.
is
Yeah, I
he just
mean, like, I know where you're going, but
like yeah.
like 5 minutes ago we were talking about this. So you're telling me I should do what another person does. I should imitate them.
No, 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 not at all. What I'm telling you is totally different. It's whatever path you choose, you're gonna have to work hard if you want to be if you really want to be have real success in life with anything, right? I mean, anybody that is very successful, they have to work
Do
hard
you
and
know people that do not grind and work their ass off, so to say, and are very and became very and are successful and became very successful without? that kind of mentality.
Yeah, I don't believe nobody. I believe nobody came successful without a mentality of getting shit done and working their ass
Probably
off.
tens of thousands and probably millions have accomplished it. I have done it that way. So I mean, like, I just take what you're saying as a mirror. I mean, it's your point of view, it's your opinion, but
Yeah.
I don't agree at all. You know what I mean? Because it's exactly what we're talking about. It's giving a formula, you know, and anytime
It's not the formula. No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
cannot, you
No,
can't,
it's not
or
the
you
formula.
have
No,
just.
no. It's
I
like then I could say that you're saying that your formula is the formula as well. No, I'm not saying. I'm not. It's not that this is the way or this is the way to do it or not. What I'm saying, what I'm trying, the point that I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying that what I'm saying. I mean, it makes sense. Don't you think that it makes sense that most of
sure,
the people that achieve something in life, they no matter what, they have to do
but
things that
there's
they don't
nothing
want.
that
Huh?
applies to everybody.
Yeah. It's
That,
just the way it is. Or
of course,
else you or else we're gonna end up just being not achieving things that we want. It depends on what we want, right? It all depends on
that's
what
your
we want.
interpretation. I mean,
Huh?
I mean, you believe that if we, don't grind and grind and grind, we don't achieve stuff. But that's your
Uh,
opinion. There's a
Grind.
lot of
If I believe that, it depends on what stuff. But most of things in life, greatness. I mean, you look at
I know what you mean, but you
yeah.
see, it's about the reticular activating system. Reticular. I can't remember the full name. The RAS is a part of the brain that you will always pick up and notice and give importance and give it a lot of weight to everything that you come across and notice that strengthens and that makes and that agrees with your philosophy. So it's there's no surprise at all that in your perception, that's just how it works. That's what you see everywhere. It's a law. But there are other people that are looking at things in a very different way. They have a very different belief system. They believe in other things, and so they will notice and see very different things in you. And
Give me an
so both
example
of you
of
are convinced that reality is
give
this
me,
way.
give me an
Reality
example of what we're talking about. Give me an example then of how is the way that your belief is going. Like, tell me your how is it your belief so that I can see where you're coming from.
my belief about what? Uh,
About what we're talking about
about
I'm saying that
achieving.
like your belief I mean we're freedom, right? I'm saying that we're talking about YouTube channel and growing, right?
Yeah.
Or you just gonna you do your YouTube channel just for fun and just to have a couple of videos and then never make videos anymore. How is it what approach
I
do you
think
are you
I
thinking to do?
answered that clearly already. It's
what
the
what
beginning of a
what,
big vision.
what approach, I mean, what is it that you want to achieve with it so that I can see?
Um,
Because the thing I'm saying this is because okay, I understand where you're coming from, but also so you're saying tell me like how is it that you're viewing it so I can understand from because I'm saying that without work nothing great happens, and you're saying no, but there's another way to do this, right?
when did I? No, you just somehow picked up that I was arguing that. Like, I mean, All I'm pointing out is that that's not a rule. It's not a law. It's not.
No, it's not. No, of course, it's not a law. No, it's only anybody can do if they want or not, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
including
yeah, of course.
succeeding without working their ass off.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You only do what you want, and I believe that's kind of the freedom you're talking about, right? You only do
No,
what
I
you
mean
want.
that people can be very successful and rich without working their ass off and grinding, and that's what I mean.
I don't believe in that.
That's fine, of
Okay.
course.
Okay, I don't believe because the reality tells me this. The
Yeah,
reality tells me that,
I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but I'm just trying to say you don't do it either. You shouldn't do it either. You know, if that's what you experience, that's what you experience. That's your reality, just like you're saying. But it doesn't mean that, however true, it's 100% true something is for us. It does not mean it applies to another human being. You know,
yeah, but if you look at when you study and if you read books about successful people and you study people, I mean, that's what they
it means
teach,
nothing.
huh?
It means nothing. They're different people, and of
Yeah,
course,
but most successful people, in the you
yeah.
study. I mean, you read, right? Like if you read an example of
So you
the book, for
create
example, huh?
beliefs. When you read about all these people, and so the more and more people that start to agree with it, they make it the reality. You know, you read about all the successful people. So, what kind of beliefs do you think you're going to have in your head? Of course, you're going to believe I have to work my ass off. You know,
Yeah, but the
and
thing is also, I get that, but it's not like we know it all. I mean, there's other people out there that have done it, and their methods, if they are able to achieve what they achieved, there's a road to that. There's not an exact straight line to it, but I mean, to achieve that kind of thing or that kind of success, or I mean, there's things that they know that they can teach us, and that's what I'm trying to say here. Is like, okay, I understand that you want to look within yourself and see things from within. I totally agree that, but then
I
there's
don't
others. Huh?
expect anyone to like agree with me. You know, I, I'm I'm not trying to convince absolutely anybody. I don't think you should agree with me. I don't want you to agree with me. um,
Okay.
because you are clear on your reality. I mean, like the sort of basic point is it's very hard for us to understand that there is no one reality with a set of rules.
I like that.
It
Yeah.
just sort of you sort of lose anyone when you try to get to the. I mean, that is the fundamental point, but people, it's very hard for people to accept that we are choosing, we are selecting how to perceive the reality, and we're all just perceiving it from different angles. And so one person says, no, reality is like this. And the other person just happens to be looking at it from another angle. He says, nah, it's completely different. It's not like that.
Mhm.
But we're just looking at exactly the same thing from different angles.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so, and we are each positioned in a very unique position, in a exclusive, unique position.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure, you can certainly progress and learn things and achieve things by following other people. um, and but there's different meanings to that, following other people. But in the way that you're saying it, yeah, for sure. But you will never get the results that you are capable of until you are following nobody but your intuition and your
Yeah,
unique
I absolutely 100%, a thousand
inspiration.
percent believe in that which you just said. I do. That's my philosophy as well. You know, for instance, myself, I try not to, just just follow this guy. I'm a minimalist myself. I like to keep things simple, and just even with getting information from people, I try to be very careful, um, and go within myself and just you know. But
Exactly.
but I
Yeah, you
also
can,
like
man.
to, when I need something to learn something, a skill or something that I don't know, instead of, because I have this experience of especially in the make money online niche and making money online. I have this experience that in the beginning I was like, okay, I'm going to try it on my own. And the thing is, I felt for 1 year couldn't do any money just because I was trying on myself by myself. I can do anything. I was just failing. Then I stepped, but it doesn't mean I didn't learn. I learned a lot and I grew and everything because I did it by myself. But then I stepped upon this guy that gave me a formula, because he was already successful. He was already making money. He gave me the formula, and I literally followed that formula. And that's when I went from 0 to 700 in 1 month. Second month, I did over 1,000. At the sixth month, I was making over 3K per month because I followed him. So
No,
yeah, I know. Okay,
you're not.
I don't
I
want to
mean,
just put everything on
I
him.
just to clarify, you you were not. I mean, you could say you're following him, but you would not have been following him if you weren't following your intuition.
Yeah, exactly. And I totally get what you're saying there. That's amazing. Because
And you shouldn't take away that merit from yourself.
no, I'm
You know,
not
I mean,
taking.
if you're
What I'm
following,
telling you that is, I'm just putting this point out. But notice that, okay, I was able to make all the money because I
nothing.
believed in myself. It was me. It was me putting the fucking work. It was me waking up,
It was you
7 in the
that
morning and going to sleep at
made you
12
to
and
your
working my ass
intuition,
off. You know.
and you chose to follow him out of
No, I just
hundreds of
I
thousands.
chose to follow his. I only chose to follow his method of doing
That's
things.
why it worked. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's why it worked. Because the reason it,
told you, yeah, this feels right. It resonates. I
yeah,
should do
it
this.
resonates with me exactly. It resonates with me. The formula. First, I decided to go all in. Of course, I don't want to put the merit all in him because I was the one putting in the
Exactly.
work.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
it was
yeah, I get
you
it.
listen
But
you listen to your gut.
but also, but what I'm trying to tell you here, and the point I want to put across as well, is that okay, that we want to believe it's we the answers are within ourselves, and if we intuition, I believe intuition, it's everything, and I live by intuition. I love intuition because it always brings me to the right place. It's incredible.
Ex-
But there's also I have to look at it that, okay, I don't know at all. It's just that thing. It's just that I want to point it out. But
But
I absolutely agree with what you're saying, and I live by it.
when you say that, I think you're referring to like something that intuition is not. It's not the area of intuition anymore. Um, like you understand that it always takes you to the right place, right? You have faith in that, you understand that, but it
Not
does not
always,
apply
not
to
sometimes, not always, but almost every time. Yeah,
well, it depends how well you listen to it.
yeah,
Whenever it doesn't work is because you didn't wasn't completely you didn't hear it completely accurately.
yeah.
But
There's
of course,
layers to
intuition
things,
has
and
nothing to do with developing skills, with developing knowledge. I mean, knowledge, rational thought, knowledge, rationality is a completely different realm that's very necessary for carrying out tasks and doing physical things and getting um, things that require skill and knowledge done. Of course, that cannot be done with intuition. It's
Yeah,
like intuition took you to meet that guy. That's the job of your intuition, to
yeah,
get you to meet that guy. And but then it's not intuition that's going to make you learn the skill, and
exactly,
it's a
exactly. Yeah,
conceptual thing. You need to analyze it and think
indeed.
about it and get it.
Yeah, yeah. And for instance, this experience that I had with this guy, um, so I was actually doing the group strategy at the time, but I wasn't doing it the way he was doing it. Okay, I was doing the same thing he was doing, but not exactly the same. Just because he had a little bit more knowledge than me, and I learned a few things from him that boom, everything exploded. And also, he gave me he told me, hey, do this way, okay. And but I don't want to say that this side is the value. I believe I really like what you're trying to put here out, that and I really believe that it's all you, because without you there's nothing.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
really like that. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Definitely. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, yeah, that's yeah, that sort of balance that you just expressed right now. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's not about either extreme, but like when you get that, like that sort of notion of all I can learn something from all human beings, but I shouldn't try to imitate anyone. you know I shouldn't try to nobody should try to make me a copy of them. So in that example, you've really got that. You like when you met the guy, you saw he had that he had valuable knowledge, a valuable method that resonated with you, and that's the job of your intuition. It's the area that corresponds to intuition. It tells you what this guy has to teach you is appropriate for you now. You should do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you have to always you don't just stop listening, because maybe the next week, and it sounds like you did do that, that you kept listening to your intuition, and you're like, okay, well, that doesn't mean I'm going to listen to every single word that he says and do everything. I'm going to listen to him as far as my intuition tells me. Yeah, yeah, it's nodding to me. Yeah, it makes sense. I should do that. Yeah, I want to learn that. I need that skill.
Exactly.
That's what your intuition does. Yeah,
Yeah, and I totally see where you're coming from when you say that, like, if you listen to yourself, you're gonna get to the success faster, and that's absolutely right. Um, I really believe in that as well. Yeah.
and there's nothing. I mean, that could be absolutely anything. When I say listen to yourself, your intuition, yeah, it definitely could also include you should go to the army and bust your ass off day and night and have a really hard time. Your intuition could be could be telling you that very accurately for your own good. It could be telling you you should work your ass off 14 hours a day on this business. You should do that. If that's what your intuition's telling you,
Hmm.
then
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
the
the thing to
intuition
do.
tells me, then I'm gonna do it, and then it takes hard work to do it. It's not okay. This is so easy of a road. Okay, so for instance, today I know my intuition tells me that TikTok is blowing up. I know that I need to do 3 TikToks per day. I know, because TikTok is gonna really help me achieve what I want to achieve. But it's not easy. Just go there and just make the TikToks, because I have to come up with just everything and do it. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy. It's hard.
Sure,
But I have to do it anyways, because it's you have to be
it's
you know
hard. Are you
and I
suffering?
really believe that you have to be. relentless with yourself. You have to be
Yeah,
you have to, really be relentless, and no excuses at all. Also with yourself, you have to be disciplined.
yeah. I feel like I should clarify. I never tried to like antagonize hard work and intuition. Many times, our intuition will accurately lead us to um, to sort of ask really hard work from us to ask everything from us, and do really hard work.
Yeah, and I believe also that, the perspective of hard work sometimes is more hard than doing the thing itself.
Yeah, like that, the anticipation. Yeah,
Yeah, I do believe that. I think that's a big thing, because
yeah.
doing it itself, I
Your
find it
your
easier than
brain
thinking
can make
about
it
it.
a little harder. Yeah, your head makes it harder.
Yeah, sometimes the head, it makes it harder. You say, "Oh, it's so hard," but at the end of the day, it's
It's
so easy.
exactly the same with the hard work.
Yeah, the
That
same with
that's
hard
probably
work.
the major difference, the
It's just
major
the
stuff.
name. I mean, the name.
Like if you're suffering in that hard work, you're miserable, then you're not listening to your intuition. You
I
know,
love that. Yeah,
if you're
I love.
miserable, emotionally suffering, but if you're just sweating, you're having a hard time. This is tough, hard work, but you're not miserable. You're like you can feel you're doing the right thing, and it's a fulfilling challenge.
Hmm.
And you're listening to your intuition. You know.
Love it, man. I love this conversation, man. We have comments here from Darren says hi, and Andre Charles says good discussion here. All
Ah,
right,
cool.
buddy. Yeah, that's really cool, man. I really
Yes,
appreciate this conversation.
differentiating points, like because there's so many people that do it not like and not in the same way that you did it, but they will just they will listen to some advice and become totally convinced of it because they can't hear their own voice, their own intuition, so they will grind away at it, suffering, miserable, just
Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. I love that. Yeah,
because they're not listening to their intuition.
yeah,
And
man.
it could be hard work they need to do, but not that one, you know. As
Exactly.
long
I
as
mean,
there's
I really like that. I mean, and people that are listening, take this is really amazing. I mean, listen to your intuition. But I do a lot of things to work my intuition. I don't. The pineal gland. Where the intuition comes from, and I don't. The toothpaste that I use is no fluoride, so I buy the no fluoride toothpaste. I drink water without fluoride. So I have a machine that makes this water,
oh,
alkaline water without fluoride. And I do eat, I'm vegan, so I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Uh,
you
to
do
connect.
meditations, focusing
Yeah,
on the
I
third
also meditate every day to try to connect with my intuition, because I really do believe all the answers, I mean, all of them rely within myself. And because
eye.
it is because it's proven me this way, especially when I was into with the big depression. And all the change came from me. It was not something I found outside. It was all me. So, man, love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, buddy. That was such amazing. I want to keep going this for hours, but we're here already 1 hour and 20 minutes or something. But this conversation is so awesome, man. I really love it.
Yeah,
It has to be one of the best conversations I've ever had here on my YouTube channel, for
I
sure.
find
What
it
do you think,
really
man?
interesting as well. Yeah, I find it fascinating. I can always see when this happens. Like, there's always a point if people know what intuition is and they're connected to it. Any sort of misunderstanding is just about wording, the wording of it. But you will if there are two people that are connected with their intuition, they will reach the same understanding sooner or later, because they're coming from exactly the same place. It's just a matter of wording. Yeah. It's
Mm.
cool to see that you were saying exactly the same thing as I was saying, and I was saying what you were saying.
Exactly. That's so awesome. Uh, that's really cool, buddy. I really appreciate this moment, man. It was such a great conversation, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to do this one more time if you have, if you want, especially
Yeah,
to talk about these about what we've been discussing, because there's different ways to look at things. It's not a straight line. And you were saying that the perception is really really important, the way you see it, because for instance, the way people that are watching news, that watch the news and watch TV, they have a different perspective of a person that doesn't focus on that. This person has a different perspective, and there's always different, and the perspective, it really makes it a
it
shift on
just
what
of
we
course it's
really
everything.
pay attention on, and the way you look at it is how you're gonna perceive it. And
Absolutely, the way that you perceive it gives it meaning, and you can take it as the end of the world, or
and you can say it's
feel
so hard, it's so hard work, it's in your mind, but at the end of the day, if you do the work, it's actually easier than what you were thinking.
yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
the work that you're doing, it's maybe not exactly what you want to do. That's why you're thinking it's so hard. It's all in your mind.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man.
Uh, Everything's in the mind, absolutely.
Yeah, but intuition, it's definitely the road, the best road. That's why and I that's amazing, man.
It's
Okay,
the
buddy,
only
it was
to.
such a pleasure being with you here. Anything you want to add?
Likewise, it was awesome to be here. Yeah, it was very interesting to chat with you. Thanks for having me on your channel. And I look forward to having you on my channel in some time. And
Awesome.
and sure, I can come again on another occasion.
Sure. Do you want me to add any link on here on the description, that for people to get in touch with you or something? Is there, or
Uh, Not quite yet,
okay?
but very soon. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's the man. Thank you so much, Brian, for taking the time for me here.
Thank
Here,
you. Very well.
people here are commenting. They're saying facts, dreamer blocks. So thanks, guys, for being here with us as well. And
Yeah. Thanks.
and just thank you so much, Brian, for taking the time for coming here, and looking forward to do this again, buddy.
It was a
Um,
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
so thanks, everybody. Don't forget to smash this the like button. Please share this video if you know somebody that will benefit from it. Thank you so much. And thank you, buddy. And have a blessing day, everybody, and stay great,
All
buddy.
right, Fabio. Good to chat with you.
Same,
Bye.
buddy. Bye. Thank you.